Welcome to Lambs to Lions. You're listening to the weekly podcast with Pastor Matt Funk.
So I titled the teaching today, this is a life or death situation.
Nice.
Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Wow, that's good. I like it.
And is Dell here this morning?
He just went to the throne room.
Oh, okay.
No,
well,
he went to go pick up his wife, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, no, he sparked the idea for the, I was talking to him on the way to work the other day, and about the, when Jesus curses the fig tree, and just from that story, just the power that our words have, and that his words have. So I wanted to read that story today. So if you grab your Bibles, whether you have a paper Bible or on your phone, and we're going to go to Mark chapter 11, verses 12 to 25. And as soon as you have that, I'm going to start with the guys online. And if everyone could we don't have a ton of verses, but if everyone could take one verse. And I know our guys in Rwanda will have to go right away, but if they're able to, would you guys like to take a verse each? So point one is, what do you say about yourself? Something that, I admit that I have a struggle with self-talk, the way I talk about myself. If I'm like frustrated with something, or if I'm like struggling at a job or something, and I like speak down to myself and get myself low, like, oh, you can't do this, you're not good enough, you're going to get fired, whatever the case may be, or you're not enough for this person. It's very easy. I'm sure as men, you can relate. It's very easy to get in that position and get into your head, and it brings you down. So it's what, as much as our words are powerful with other people, it's also ourselves, how we're talking to ourselves, how we're lifting ourselves up or bringing ourselves down. In James 3:3-6, it says, "When we put bits in the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we can turn the whole animal, or take ships as an example. Although they are so large, are driven by strong winds, they are steered by a very small rudder, wherever the pilot wants to go. Likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes great boast. Consider it a great forest is set on fire by a small spark. The tongue is also a fire, a whirl of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole body, sets the whole course of one's life on fire. It itself is on fire by hell." That's pretty powerful there, just how powerful the tongue is, and like what we say, especially about ourselves. So how do you speak over yourself? Are you building yourself up? Have any of you ever gotten yourself into something by talking yourself into it, or talked yourself out of it? You probably either said, I can do this, or I can't do this, amongst a bunch of other things. We can't just say, God, make me happy, and boom, there it is, we're happy. It takes work, and it takes words. It takes communication with God, it takes being in the Word, and it takes speaking life over ourselves. How many of you do I am statements, or know what they are? Yeah. So like I am statements are basically, it's just a list of things you declare over yourself. And I do them every morning. I have a list of them. For example, I read, I am blessed, I'm forgiven, I'm highly favored, I can do this. Yeah. And, I have it in a little note section on my phone, or put it somewhere you can see. But I read it every morning, whether I believe it or not, I speak it into existence and declare those things over my life. It's speaking positive things and God's promises into and over my life. And I'd encourage all of you to start doing that, just to write down even just 5 things that maybe you're struggling with in that season, and pray or just say the positive over that. I am happy, I'm wealthy, I'm blessed, I'm highly favored, whatever it might be. Just whatever kind of first comes to your mind, I'd encourage you to write them down and then put them somewhere where you'll see them every morning, and just read them to yourself, whether you believe it or not. And something I find too, even for myself, is they're not always the same. I'll change them every now and then. I'll be, okay, I'm in a new season now. I'll just rewrite them into whatever season I'm in. Point 2, what do you say about others? So in 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7 says, love is patient, love is kind. Love does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. So how do we speak about others? Are your words honoring to them? If we can lift ourselves up and bring ourselves down, think about how easily we can do that to others as well. Now, I'm in a new season of my life. I've got my beautiful fiance, Tina. And, I've never really been the outspoken type to say what's on my mind, whether it's good or bad. But, in this new season, I'm learning to always be encouraging, always lifting up. And, because I want her not just to believe, or not just to know, but believe how loved she is by God and myself and others.
Right.
And it's truly a blessing to have someone in your life who believes in you, trusts you, and lifts you up when you're down, and speaks encouraging words or sends you verses. So many people are facing negativity in their daily lives, and it's up to us to be that encouragement when they walk through these doors. People are walking into this church with all the weight of the week on them, and they are seeking to leave encouraged. And we can be that encouragement. We can speak life into their lives. And my last point was, what do you say to God? So, yeah, it's one thing about how we speak over ourselves and then speak about others, but how are we talking to God? When you pray and speak to God, what are you saying? Are you thankful or are you bitter? Are you asking God for help in a bad situation, or are you blaming him for them? Our God is a big God, and he can handle all the stuff we bring to him. But it's how we are saying it. We can either say to God, why did you do this to me? And why did you let this happen? Or you can say to God, I need you, and I need your strength to help me see the opportunity in this situation. It's all about our words and the things we say and how we say them. In Deuteronomy 30, 15-16, it says, now listen, today I'm giving you a choice between life and death, between prosperity and disaster. For I command you this day to love the Lord your God and keep his commands, decrees, and regulations by walking in his ways. If you do this, you will live and multiply, and the Lord your God will bless you and the land you're about to enter and occupy. And so what stood out to me there was, now listen, with an exclamation mark. I think sometimes we need to stop talking, start listening. Sometimes the wisest thing to do is to hold our tongue and not let it get us into trouble. I think so often it's Pastor Matt has said this. God gave us one of these and two of these, and we need to. I think we're designed to listen more than speak. This is a life or death situation. We are either building or destroying ourselves or others with what comes off our tongues. It's up to us to choose what we say or don't say. And my takeaway today is this is a life or death situation. Life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Thank you for tuning in today, and thank you for continuing to partner with us and for giving so generously to this ministry. If you would like to find out more about how you can partner with us, visit our website at www.wherepeoplematter.church and click the giving link. And don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends. See you next time.